In this video, we shall look at a few review problems associated with current, voltage, and resistance. First, a brief introduction. Let's assume you have a piece of conductor or wire, the length of which is L. Now we set up electric fields throughout the length of this conductor. Let's call that electric field E. The existence of this electric field would cause a potential difference between the ends of this rod. The existence of electric field and therefore the potential difference would cause the electrons within the conductor to move, and that would create electric current density in that direction, which we can label as J. And this would also mean there is an electric current in the same direction. Let's call it I. The current density that results depends on the electric field, and these quantities are proportional to each other. The relationship between them can be written in the following manner. E equals rho times J. This rho is known as the resistivity of that conductor. The unit for the resistivity is ohm meter. Further, we can also write an equation relating the potential difference delta V and electric current, and they are given by the following expression. The potential difference equals the current times the resistance of the conductor. The unit for resistance is ohm. These two equations are in effect equivalent to each other. E can be related to delta V in a following manner. It is just the potential difference over the length of the conductor. The electric current can be related to the electric current density J by simply multiplying J with cross-sectional area of that conductor. And finally, the resistance and the resistivity are related in a following manner. The resistance of this conductor equals its resistivity times its length over the cross-sectional area of that conductor. These two equations are known as Ohm's law. Let's look at the first problem. A copper wire with diameter 1.05 millimeters carries a current of 1.8 ampere. Find the electric field and the potential difference between 2 points 40 meters apart. What is the resistance of a 40 meter length of this copper wire? Let the resistivity of copper to be 1.72 times 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. So let's assume that is the copper wire. So let's first determine the electric field. Electric field, according to Ohm's law, is given by the resistivity of that copper wire times the electric current density that's going through the copper wire. We know what the resistivity is. The electric current density is given by the electric current in ampere that we know over the cross-sectional area of the wire. The cross-sectional area of the wire A is pi times the square of the radius of the wire. So pi, the radius of the wire, is half of the diameter. So since the diameter is 1.05 millimeters, the radius is half of that, which is 0.525 millimeter. So converting that into meter, you have 0.525 times 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So place that inside of this equation. We get 0.525 times 10 to the power minus 3 squared. I is 1.8 ampere, and resistivity is given by that number. In doing the calculation, you get 0.036 volt per meter for the electric field. Having found the electric field, now we can determine the potential difference across the ends, which are separated by a distance of 40 meters. So potential difference equals the electric field found in part A times the length of that copper wire, which is, in this case, we can take that to be 40 meters. So electric field is 0.036 volt per meter times 40 meters, and that's going to give you 1.44 volts. And finally, the resistance. The resistance, according to Ohm's law, is given by the potential difference over the electric current in ampere. So the potential difference was found to be 1.44 volts from part B. The electric current was given in the problem as 1.8 ampere, and that will give you 0.8 ohms. And that solves the problem. Problem 2. Find the resistance between the inner and outer surfaces of the hollow cylinder made of steel shown below. The resistivity of steel is given as 20 times 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. The left-hand side figure shows the hollow cylinder, so that is the solid part of that cylinder. The central part is hollow. So the outer radius is 5 centimeters, the inner radius is 2.5 centimeters. The length of this cylinder is 1.2 meters. The right-hand side shows the cross-sectional view of the cylinder, namely if you were to look at the cylinder from there. Of course, if you were to maintain a potential difference between the inner surface and the outer surface, then you can expect an electric current flowing radially as shown by these arrows. So let's create first a very thin cylindrical shell like that, shown here in purple. In the cross-sectional view, that thin cylindrical shell appears somewhere there. Let's assume the radius of that shell is r, and the thickness of that shell is dr, and it extends all the way throughout the length of the cylinder. Let's calculate the resistance due to that thin spherical cylinder first. Of course, we shall use that well-known equation that we have introduced before. Resistance equals resistivity times length over the cross-sectional area. Let's use this equation to determine the resistance of that cylindrical shell. Its resistance is given by resistivity. Now the length is this dr here, is the length that is penetrated by the current. So it's not that length, it is the radial length. So dr over the cross-sectional area. The cross-section through which the current travels is then just 2 pi rl. So that is what appears there. L is 1.2 meters. And since the current has to pass successively through all such shells between the inner and outer radius, the total resistance is the sum of the resistances of these shells. So all you have to do is to integrate that expression to get the total resistance. So the left-hand side is just the total resistance. Rho is a constant, can be taken out of the integral. 2 pi is a constant. You can also take the length out. It's also a constant. Integration of 1 over r with respect to r. And that's going to give you rho 2 pi l. Integrating 1 over r with respect to r is just the natural log of r. We note the lower limit is 2.5 cm, the upper limit of the integral is 5 cm. So upon substituting the limits, the argument of natural log becomes 5 over 2.5, which is just 2. And now we can figure out a numerical value for the total resistance. The resistivity is 20 times 10 to the power minus 8, because we are dealing with steel, over 2 pi. The length of the cylinder is 1.2 meters, n times natural log of 2. And that's going to give you 1.84 times 10 to the power minus 8 ohm for the resistance. And that solves the problem. Problem 3. The potential difference between points in a wire 6 meters apart is 7 volts. When the current density is 3.4 times 10 to the power 7 ampere per meter squared, find the resistivity of the material of which the wire is made. In order to determine resistivity, we can use the following equation. Electric field equals resistivity times the current density. Current density is provided, and that's that. We need to figure out the electric field. Electric field can be calculated from potential difference and the length, which we call it L, equals resistivity times the current density. The potential difference between those 2 points, which we can take to be the length, is 7 volts. So 7 over 6 meters. That is how far the points are apart, equals resistivity times the current density, which is 3.4 times 10 to the power 7 ampere per meter squared. And this enables us to determine the resistivity, whose value is found to be 3.43 times 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. And that solves the problem. Thank you for watching.